Welcome to a week of dinners. I have a lot of dinner ideas for you. I think 6, and then a dessert as well. They're gonna be delicious. The very first thing I'm making is something I've been dying to make for a long time. My kids have just started reintroducing gluten and dairy. Well, dairy, it's been a little bit, month and a half. Gluten has not been as long. Although most of these meals are gluten-free. First one is not. I'm using real gluten pasta and I am over the moon. They are Alfredo stuffed shells. So let's get cooking. Okay, here's what you're going to need. Just ignore all of this chaos in the back. We kind of live here sometimes. So seems super simple, full of gluten, full of dairy. Can't wait to, if I'm being quite honest with you. Jumbo shells right here. I'm making a double batch because you might as well. I grabbed a rotisserie chicken. It was $5.79. All the other ones were $9. That's why everyone loves Costco, right? Rotisserie chickens for like $4. Mozzarella cheese, Parmesan cheese, garlic, parsley straight from my garden. That joke never gets old. Oh, doubled up on the Parm cheese? I don't think we're gonna need that since we've got the more expensive stuff here. I'm trying to make it taste really good because I don't know if this will have an encore, okay? We're gonna see how our kids react to it. Whole milk. Oh man, I meant to get, it doesn't matter. Nutmeg, some salt, not pictured, butter, and then ricotta cheese. I'm Italian, but I always mess that up, so I just make it fun. All right, let's get cooking. First things first, you gotta cook the noodles. Oh my gosh, this water does get hot. I never knew. I'm gonna get this water boiling because sometimes it takes forever. Honestly, good thing that's taking forever because it's taken me forever to like read over what I need to do. I need 2 tablespoons of garlic, and this is pretty much the easiest way to get a bulb of garlic to, you know, release its cloves. You just cut off the ends and then just squeeze it between your hands. It's like no skill involved at all. Oh my gosh. It has been so long since I've used fresh garlic, so this is really exciting for me. 2 tablespoons, what is that, like 16 cloves? All right, I'm just gonna smush it between my knife and then the peel will come right off. And I'm going to mince that. Honestly, this garlic kind of smells like my lunchbox when I was in elementary school. Is that weird? Probably. But like I said, I'm Italian. It's in my blood. Also, this goes without saying, you can use store-bought Alfredo sauce. I just know that it always tastes better homemade and it's fairly simple to do. All right, let's check it out. Nice and minced. Let's get our sauce going. Well, I ended up cutting a couple more cloves of garlic than I expected because more is more. A few tablespoons of butter going in. Guess it would help if I turn this on. Once the butter starts melting, I'm going to throw in a couple tablespoons of garlic. So let's do equal parts butter, flour, and garlic. Sounds about right to me. And it does not take long for that to get fragrant. You don't want to burn it, so just when it's melted and smelling nice, add in 3 tablespoons of flour, or 2 tablespoons. I'm making a little extra sauce. I feel like you can never really have too much Alfredo sauce, or any sauce for that matter. Oh boy, things are getting crazy. Okay, quickly start stirring in, well, slowly actually, not quickly. Stir in a couple cups of, this steam is hot and I'm spilling milk everywhere. I need a bigger whisk. This isn't working out for me. All right, here we go, here we go. Hot roux, cold milk makes a nice smooth sauce. Why is this spilling? It's like I'm not a professional. I definitely can't mix with my left hand. What is happening? Why? Oh, this measuring cup. The water's boiling. So I'm gonna throw the noodles in here and get these cooking along. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot I'm doubling this, so I need more milk. Okay, couple more cups of milk going straight in here. Oh boy, oh, okay. Well, now things are moving along. Now it feels like dinner time. Let this come to a bubble and then let it simmer for a couple of minutes until it's thickened. Okay, once it reaches a little bubble, we're going to add 1.5 cups of Parmesan cheese. So just a couple handfuls. And then a dash of nutmeg. That's just gonna give it a little like, oh, what's that? It'll really complement the flavors, and then a little bit of salt in there. Heck, you know what? Let's add some pepper. I like pepper. And then whisk that until the cheese is melted, and I have turned my heat off. I'm going to throw together the filling. I can never get these things open. I'm doing 32 ounces of ricotta cheese. Plop that in there. That's homemade, by the way. A couple of eggs, crack those straight in. Ah, crap, you know what I forgot to do? Shred the chicken. Is that an eggshell? Oh my gosh, somebody fire me. Why? I'm gonna throw the rest of the Parmesan in there, and 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, a little bit of Italian seasoning, a little bit is subjective, you know, just a little bit. Maybe a little more, and a little more. Whatever feels good to you. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. The recipe calls for some parsley. I got curly parsley, which, I don't know, I feel like was a mistake, man. Parsley to me smells like grass. And you know, Italian seasoning just has it all. So that's good enough. But for now, that's good. I'm just gonna give it a nice mix. You can certainly add whatever you like to this filling. If you like to add spinach to your shells and ruin the dish, you go ahead and do that. Actually, it doesn't add much flavor, it just adds nutrients. I used to do that all the time. But I quite enjoy like a white lasagna over the red sauce, especially when I'm pregnant, because like heartburn, you know? Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna work on shredding this chicken up, and I'm probably gonna add it straight to this bowl. Well, it seems as though my pasta is done. Oh, it's hot, so hot. Maybe give them a little rinse. I don't know, let them cool off a little bit while I do the chicken. You can use any chicken you like. If you have some like leftover cooked chicken in your fridge or whatever, use that. I'm trying to make this convenient, so rotisserie seemed like a good option for me. Oh my gosh, plus I get to eat the skin, you know? You know what I should have added to the Alfredo sauce? The drippings from the chicken. Mmm! Okay, now I'm just going to mix all of that chicken in. Am I supposed to give this a taste test? All right, well, like salmonella, I dare you. Yeah. Woo! I'm so hungry, I'm ready for dinner. But we still have to assemble. I'm gonna pour about a cup of the sauce on the bottom of the pan. This is great, by the way. Okay, once they're filled, this is just one tray that we have done. I'm gonna drizzle it with some more sauce and then cover it. Oh my goodness. This looks divine and it smells so good. Oh, I've been dreaming about these for probably a year. This sauce is so good, by the way. I've just been nibbling on it with like the cracked noodles, you know? It's the perk of being the chef. Plus I'm pregnant, leave me alone. That's not it. Sweet sounds of children getting along. Oh my gosh, where are my scissors? Every time I need them, I can't find them. Half a cup of cheese. Well, just really sprinkle it. You don't have to measure this part. Goes on top. And then, oh, I'm drooling. I'm drooling and it's not even cooked. Wentworth ran off with one just dangling out of his mouth. He was like, I'm taking this. But cover this with foil. If you want to, you can grease the top so the cheese won't stick to it, but I'm not going to. 375 for 20 minutes. Then take the tin foil off, cook for an extra 10 minutes. Look at all of this I have left over. It's insane. I could have only made one box or quadrupled the filling. I always know that I run out of filling. Oh my God, I can't believe I just ate that. Salmonella, I freaking dare you. I meant to dip it in here. Oh yeah. Yep. This is what I've waited for. And I am going to actually throw this in the freezer. Keep it as a freezer meal. If you're feeding a crowd, this would be great. I'm always feeding a crowd I also threw a salad together. It's just romaine lettuce, red onion, cucumber, feta cheese, and I love to top it with Olive Garden Italian dressing. It's our favorite. Okay, here it is. I'm just gonna sprinkle it and ruin it, as my kids would say, with some greenery, some parsley, whatever. And that is dinner. I'll let you know how it tastes. Obviously, I've tasted everything already. It tastes delicious. And bonus, I was able to get all of the dishes done. Well, all of them? I think I got most of the dishes done. We had a whole pile of dishes. Tonight for dinner, I haven't fully decided what's on the menu, but I do know the protein is chicken. So I'm one step ahead of the game. It's actually called Basil Mozzarella Pesto Chicken Bake. It's a terrible name, but hopefully it tastes good. Simple ingredients. I don't know what I'm gonna make for the side dish, but I have time to decide while my chicken is cooking in the oven. So let's throw this puppy together. Here's what you're going to need for the main course. Just some chicken, basil, or Italian seasoning if you would rather do that. Some fresh mozzarella, wow. Spend your life savings on that if you want to. Or just use like the shredded stuff, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be fancy for you guys. Tomatoes. I hate tomatoes, so this will be an experiment. Garlic, pesto, olive oil, and then whatever we make for the side. I've got some Brussels sprouts over there, that might be good. I've got some green beans, who knows? Possibilities are endless, maybe some pasta. I am going to cut my pasta in half, actually. Listen to me, now you have me thinking about pasta. I'm gonna cut my chicken breast in half because these guys are honkin' and chonkin'. I also feel like if you wanted to, you can pound them out. But I don't think they have to be that thin. I'm just gonna cut them in half. Okay, I'm just gonna squeeze this last one in here. You might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of chicken. Yeah, you would be correct. That is a lot of chicken. We always have extra people over, and leftovers never hurt anyone. What's next? I actually don't know. I'm just going off of the picture. It seems pretty simple. I don't think I need to read anything. Just some oil, drizzle it with a little bit of oil. Now I'm just gonna chop up some garlic. Ow, one whole head of garlic, just like that. I'm just gonna pop the skins off and then mince it up. You also might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of garlic, which is also true, but I think when you roast it in the oven, it just gets really sweet and delicious. And then you just take the garlic and sprinkle it over the chicken. I'm sure if you don't have garlic cloves, you can just use powdered garlic or whatever you have on hand. Next thing to cut up is this wildly fancy, oh gosh, my hands are wet. It's never gonna happen. Mozzarella. I don't know, I'm gonna do like 2 circles for each piece of chicken. Oh wait, does the pesto go first? Let me reference Pinterest. Yes, it does. Okay. I'm gonna give this a shake. Grab a spoon and then just dollop this right over top. Can't go wrong here. Also, calm down about me double dipping the spoon. I'm either gonna use it all or throw it onto some pasta. Now some mozzarella cheese on each piece. How should we do this? Maybe this way? Yep, that looks good. I mean, how could this be bad? I guess it could be bad. I got the little Roma tomatoes because I wanted them to fit picture perfectly on top of the mozzarella cheese slices. And that's how much I overthink at the grocery store. Oh, perfection. Look at that. It's amazing. Is that it? Is this it? Hold up. I mean, is that the money shot or what? This is what gets me going. In terms of like, what's for dinner videos? The pictures on Pinterest. And that would get me going. Turn the beat around. I realized I forgot to add salt and pepper, so I'm just doing that on top. Oh gosh, good enough. Alex is wanting to watch Box Trolls and he's cutting up some cheese. He thinks it's the most amazing cheese he's ever had in his life.
Wait, can I see?
You've had mozzarella balls before. Making something special for Alex. Remember, this is like the first thing that went viral on Pinterest, I feel like. What is it? Like Roma tomato, cheese.
Generally, I don't like basil.
But
With that, I do.
ooh. Okay, we have decided a side dish. Alex wants mushrooms, so we get mushrooms. I'm also cooking on the stove. I'm boiling up some water to make some pasta, and then I'll just throw the rest of the pesto in there. This is how I clean my mushrooms. I just get a damp rag and I rub it around the mushroom. They're pretty dirty.
I
had some more veggies in my refrigerator. I chopped up an onion the other day for a barbecue that we had, so those were just left over, and then I had a green onion that looked pretty sad, so I just threw it all in here together with a little bit of salt and pepper and olive oil, and man, it smells delicious. Everything is bubbling and looking really nice. It's been in the oven for quite some time. You bake it at 400 for about 25 to 30 minutes. I don't know, depending on how thick it is. I also have some pasta over here that I put pesto in, and then I have just some plain pasta. I did cut up some basil, so I'm just gonna sprinkle that over top. Give it a little freshness. Everything tastes better with fresh herbs. And here it is, all finished. Can't wait to dive in. Gotta call the cavalry to set the table, and then we'll be ready to eat. Here's the final plate. Looks delicious. Can't wait to eat it. I'm gonna add more veggies on my plate, but you know. On the menu tonight, I'm gonna throw together something like a KFC bowl. I don't wanna know what it's called. That's not surprising. It's like a mashed potato casserole. I feel like all of these things my kids will eat. It's convenient, it is quick, easy, it checks off all the boxes, except for maybe healthy, but you know, sometimes you gotta give and take. So what I did already was I threw together my famous homemade mashed potatoes, and then I chucked some corn from my garden. I shredded some cheese. I made some gravy over here, bubbling away, ready to go. It's gravy I got from the drippings from my homemade chicken strips. And I'm actually gonna throw these in the oven just for a little bit longer while I get, ooh, everything is hot. While I get my casserole dish together here. We're just gonna layer everything together. Not everything, I'm gonna keep some, I made so much of this for a good reason. Sometimes my kids don't like when their food touches. So sometimes when I make a casserole, I leave a little bit on the side so that they can make their own little plate and have their separate food. You know what I mean? Everyone's different. The kids are really excited because they know after dinner we're gonna have a sprinkle party tonight. It is a sleepover, so we've got extra kids. I honestly feel like I just fed them 2 hours ago, which is probably pretty accurate. So first, I started cooking the chicken in here. That's what you see the crumbs for. So is it washed? Kind of. 4 to 5 cups of our homemade mashed potatoes go in the bottom of a casserole. And if I do say so myself, these are some mighty fine taters. Okay, very good. Set your oven to 400 degrees. Did I say this was similar to a KFC bowl? Because that's how I feel about it. Okay, yeah, these are still pretty frozen. If you happen to have frozen chicken, don't worry about it. Just cook it for a little bit longer. I'm gonna top the potatoes with just a bunch of chicken here. Forget that spoon, what is helping me 0%. So just the chicken on top, okay? We wanna make this hearty. And then we'll throw a little, oh yeah, that's hot. We'll throw a little bit, that's 400 degrees hot. Throw a little bit in the oven for the side. And then take about a cup of corn, sprinkle that on. Oh, it's already looking great. Oh my gosh, there's just something about corn that I love so much. This is way more than a cup, but ask me if I care, and the answer is no. And here we go with a cup of cheese. 1 cup, 2 cups, it's like potato, you know? It's however much your heart desires, and I'll tell you something right now, that looks like a gourmet meal. Some kids think mac and cheese is gourmet, although you know what? Some mac and cheese can be gourmet. Throw this in the oven 400 degrees for about 20 minutes or so. You take your homemade gravy and drizzle it right on top. We'll do that when it comes out. I'll tell you something. First of all, it's out of the oven. Second of all, I don't eat at KFC. Actually, one time, Alex, well, it's multiple times, Alex and I went to an all-you-can-eat KFC. Yes, they exist. It's one of his favorite places on planet Earth. But this smells really good. I'm gonna take it up a notch. Just gonna try my best to drizzle it with a little bit of guava, and then we can have some left over because, well, you know, gravy. Okay, that's dinner. Call out the cavalry. Get them out of here. Set the table. I could dig it. I'll tell you what, I could dig this, yes. Speaking of digging it, I'm just gonna like take a little taste test over here. A little bit of corn, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of potato, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of everything. And that's what I call, I don't even know what to call it, potato casserole? Yep, it all works. All of it. Don't second guess it, okay? Just throw it together. It's just dinner. Tonight for dinner, don't be distracted by the ice cream sprinkle party behind me. We're gonna have that too. It's summertime, right? Okay, so to counteract all that sugar, I'm making a pasta with a bunch of veggies. It is called Hot Veggie Pasta. Should be really simple. I mean, Pinterest makes everything look simple, right? Pinterest lies to us. So let's get started. You basically throw everything into the pot, let it cook, and then throw some more crap into the pot, warm that up, and then you eat it. Sounds simple enough. Let's see how we can screw this up. So this is everything. I hesitate to say that. It's not. It's the first layer that we're going to cook. I just took it all out except for that. Okay, now things are getting complicated. Did I forget some stuff? Probably. Yeah, okay, BRB. Okay, here's a better representation. So we have some pasta. You need 16 ounces, but I'm not gonna crack open a second pot. I just have 12 ounces and we're gonna be just fine. Couple cans of chicken broth, broccoli, any vegetables you want, but I have green beans, broccoli, zucchini, onion, garlic, and peas. I'm gonna look in my freezer again, see if I have peas or something. You don't have to keep it green, it's just what Pinterest did, okay? Salt, pepper, red pepper flakes. If you don't like the heat, leave it out. Paprika, oregano, but I have Italian seasoning, and that's like oregano plus 7 others, so I feel like that'll give us a little more flavor. I'm gonna start chopping and cropping. Well, you know what? I didn't find any peas in the freezer, but you know what I did find? This concoction. You gotta love kids when they're up unsupervised in the middle of the night. Just trying to have fun for their sleepover. Just trying to make some memories, right? Also, if you hear that Jumanji banging around, it's my dishwasher. I think I put something in there funky. It's giving me a nice beat though. Actually, it just stopped. All right, 1 cup of diced zucchini. You guys know I'm not gonna measure this crap. It calls for half an onion. You know I'm gonna go above and beyond. Just try to make up for the 4 ounces of pasta that I'm missing, right? Basically just gonna chunk everything up. The recipe calls for asparagus, but I don't have that. Look for it. I don't care to look for it. You know what else I don't care about? Chopping the ends off of green beans, and that's why I like getting them from Costco, because they're like already cut. Whatever, I'll see you next year when this is over with. There's that Jumanji beat again. Now the broccoli, this has been sitting in my fridge, so it might be a little, yeah, it might need a little trimming down here. But you know what? Chop that up. It's still good, and I'm just gonna cut them like in half, make them decent size. Now it's time to chop the onion. Oh my gosh, every time I chop an onion, I just think, man, I love onions so much. Next is the garlic. A little bit of prep work, but really, once you have everything chopped and ready to go, there's only 1 pot to clean, right? The recipe probably calls for like a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic, but you know me, going above and beyond. Did you know your digestive system starts working when you start cooking the food? Isn't that wild? It's when you start salivating, telling your body it's getting ready to eat. It's one of the reasons why you don't feel as satisfied when you eat fast food. I mean, listen, fast food is tasty to the max. I've had a few too many Checkers fries this pregnancy, I'll tell you that. I think we're good. Let's head to the stove. Okay, so I'm using a pot. Don't know what you would use. Will my pasta fit like this? I was gonna cut it in half. I know that's like a big no-no. I might cut it in half. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Don't tell my nanny. Okay, oh, there it is. Just gotta make sure everything fits, you know? Then in goes the onion. In goes the cup of garlic we have here, along with the broccoli, zucchini, green beans, and my imaginary peas. I'm also going to throw in some spices. I have some pepper here, probably way more than the recipe states. Some salt, not too much because, you know, that chicken stock has a lot of sodium in it. Some red pepper flakes, just for fun, I guess. Paprika, which seems like a weird thing to add, but okay. Some oregano, or, you know, Italian seasoning. And of course it's like, oh, half a teaspoon, but you're not gonna taste half a teaspoon. Since the recipe calls for 16 ounces of pasta, it also calls for 4.5 cups of chicken stock. So I'm just using 2 cans, which is 4 cups, which I feel like works to my benefit because then I don't have to open another one, but in reality I would just use half a cup of water. I think that's it. I'm gonna crank this guy up, cover it up, let it cook for 15-ish minutes, and then I'll show you what's next. Oh my gosh, I'm over here setting up the ice cream sprinkle party, and this is like bubbling away, so I need to give this a mix. Oh, it smells great. I don't know, on Pinterest they didn't mix it, but then in the directions it says, don't forget to mix it, you know. Here's how it's coming along, by the way, if you wanted a little sneak peek of our ice cream party, our sprinkle party. Ironically, Meredith had a dentist appointment today. She's totally fine, it's just her checkup. Oh my gosh, a sour worm. When's the last time you had one of these? Okay, I just took a taste test of this. Spoiler alert, it is delicious just as it is. I really like the small kick from the red pepper flakes. Oh wait, is it done? There's so much juices. I think we're good. I will say, like, the zucchini is looking kind of sad because it doesn't have the same cook time. Spirit of our sprinkle party, I'll use this spatula. So we have mascarpone cheese, mascarpone. You just plop that right in. And then half a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. Oh, hi. This is what makes it look interesting. And then for whatever reason, it says half a cup of normal Parmesan cheese or shredded. I don't know, this is fresh from my garden. Half a cup of heavy cream. I don't have that, but I do have some almond milk. And then some fresh parsley. I feel like I might have that. Hold on. It's my day, yeah. I guess I'll chop this up. Ugh, is this gonna ruin it? It tastes like grass. I love herbs, but like parsley, probably my least favorite. Okay, it does give it a nice freshness here. Let me just pile that on top. Also, if I don't use it now, it's just gonna go bad in my fridge. Oh my gosh, now that's a pasta. Now that's what I call pasta. Here's what they did on Pinterest. They just smushed it. Looks better on Pinterest. Okay, give this a mix. And now you have a creamy, dreamy, one-pot veggie pasta dish. This was incredible, by the way. It was good without the cheese. It was good with the cheese. Any type of vegetables that you want. I mean, you can't go wrong. Tonight for dinner, I'm gonna throw together some salmon. I might make mango salsa on the side because that's what I want. I don't know if it's gonna go with this like honey, what is it called? I didn't write it down. Oh yeah, Brussels sprouts. I need to get some of those too. I'm gonna throw some of these in the oven since we'll have it on. What I love about salmon is that you don't have to do much to it and it just always tastes so good. It's very fresh. I like to use citrus, so I'm gonna use some lemons and limes, butter or oil, whatever you have. Oh, 2 sticks, yeah, that's necessary. Some garlic, honey, salt and pepper, and really it would be good without honey. I made it probably a month ago, 2 months ago now. What day is today? And oh my gosh, it was so good. I'll link that video below. Italian seasoning, paprika, salt, pepper in there. Okay, let's whip it up. Okay, so I didn't write measurements down, but I think it said like 2 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna go 4. I'm making a lot of salmon. We have extra people, and you guys know the drill. I might do a whole dang stick. Yeah, I'm gonna melt that, but I'm also going to melt this with it, so. Okay, 1/2 cup of butter. That's how you know it's gonna be good, right? Oh, that's so much. All right, let's add some honey in here. Let's take the top off. We need a few, I'm gonna do about a 1/4 cup of this. I'm doubling the recipe. And the sweetness. I'm gonna add the juice of 1 or 2 lemons. I haven't decided yet, probably 2. Just to even out that butter to lemon ratio. Plus I have to get my slow-mo shot. You guys know what I say. Adding fresh herbs and fresh citrus to any dish will elevate it. So I'm gonna go above and beyond and add some lime juice too. I rolled all of these to make sure that I got the maximum amount of juice out of them. You could also microwave them. Oh my gosh, the smell of this is insanity. Just take a little right there, okay? And no one will know I haven't showered in 7 days. Ooh, give that a mix. That would be good just like that. But we're gonna do some more. I'm gonna add a few cloves of garlic. Let's do 7, that sounds good. 1 clove per salmon. Okay, once the garlic is all minced, I'm going to just toss it right in. Along with some paprika, maybe you can use cayenne seasoning if that's what you like, some salt, then some pepper in here too. Top it off with some parsley, I think, but I have Italian seasoning and that's better. Okay, well this is pretty watery, probably because I used 800 times more butter. I'm gonna throw my salmon into a dish. You could use a pan if you wanted to. I'm not going to. One thing I love about cooking with fish is that it doesn't take much time for them to defrost. So I can make the decision to have fish like 10 minutes before dinner time. Hey, it's better than the drive-thru. Okay, I actually have a few more and I'm gonna drain this liquid too. Okay, I decided to pour some of it into a measuring cup. I'm just gonna drizzle it over top. Yeah, it's supposed to be much thicker. On Pinterest it was, but that's my fault because I didn't write down measurements and it will be just fine. Didn't even use a full cup. I have a couple more pieces I'm gonna make in a smaller pan. And then if I have leftovers, I'm going to throw it on top of my sprouts as well. This is a laughable portion of Brussels sprouts. It's like a single size serving, but you know what? It's what I have. I also have some broccoli that I'll probably chop up too. I'm just cutting these in half, although I don't really need to. And if you're not a fan of Brussels sprouts, you're not cooking them right. Also, maybe you're not serving them with the right thing. If you try them with hollandaise sauce, that's the first time I ever had them. Oh my gosh, it'll rock your world. Just try it, okay? Steam them, roast them, shish kebab them, I don't care. Okay, so I have these Brussels sprouts and I'm just going to coat them, instead of coating them with some oil and salt and pepper like I normally do, I'm just gonna coat them in this delicious sauce. Kind of meld the flavors together, you know? And you know what I forgot? First of all, I've got a lot of extra sauce left. Just eat it with my dang fingers. But I also forgot, how are we gonna do this? Okay, cut the lemons into half moons. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Food Network? Is that you? I'm gonna take a picture for the gram. Okay, now we can snap back to reality and just top the salmon with some lemon wedges, apparently in no particular order. Apparently. Because apparently I ran out of lemons. Should I just do limes? Oh, would that mess everything up? But I also have more, so I might as well just go get, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, here it is, ready to be thrown into the oven. Oh my gosh, did I preheat my dang oven. That's just my life. 400 degrees for about 12 minutes. It doesn't take very long. Okay, if you can believe it, I think I have everything I need to make some mango salsa, except for a red onion. I have a normal onion. So I'm just gonna chop all of this up and it'll be mango salsa. I always forget how much I love mango salsa. I just dice up some mango, dice up some red pepper. I like the red pepper. Some people do tomatoes. A jalapeno, I seed it completely and it's still plenty of heat. I add some onion, a lot of cilantro, lime from one juice. Yep, said it that way. And that's it. That's really all it takes to make something so delicious. This made the dish. Oh my gosh, I could have eaten it all with a spoon. I probably did. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. I just took a bite of this. Alex too. It's so simple. It's so refreshing. It's so delicious. Flavor burst for sure. I mean, come on. The fish is out of the oven. Smells really good, really delicious, really fishy. Actually, it doesn't smell overly fishy. It just smells the perfect amount of fishy. We're gonna dive in and give it a whirl, especially with the mango. I cooked up some rice. I have some Brussels sprouts, some broccoli. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get started on dessert. It is like a healthier version of Better Than Everything cake. But let's be real, it's still cake. This is from Elyse, Ellis. You guys know I just adore her. She shares really simple, family-friendly recipes that are quick, easy, delicious, all encompassing everything that you want out of a meal on the healthier side. And she does not exclude desserts. So that's what we're making right now. Sounds great. I asked Alex what he wanted. I showed him a picture of this. He said he wanted this. So let's whip it up. Here's everything that you're going to need. Just some Devil's Food cake mix. I never understood that name. Let's move this over here. I don't know if this is hot cocoa or cocoa powder. It'll be fine. You need some chocolate protein powder, which I don't have, but I'm gonna use what I do have, which is vanilla. Close enough. Water, but I'm gonna do milk because why not? Some syrup, and by syrup I mean caramel, some Heath bars, a couple of eggs, sweetened condensed milk, Cool Whip for the top. If you are counting macros, you can do, she does sugar-free syrup, but Alex couldn't find it in the store. And then Greek yogurt for the cake. So let's whip it up. Okay, so into a bowl, I'm going to combine the chocolate cake mix, a couple of eggs, 2 scoops of protein powder. I feel like I'm almost done with this one. It's taken me about 17 years. Is this expired yet, actually? It doesn't matter. Since that's not chocolate protein powder, I'm gonna add in a little bit of cocoa powder. 1 cup plain Greek yogurt, and this ups the protein, plus it's gonna keep the cake nice and moist. How about another little scoop there? And then 1 cup of water or milk, whatever you like. You know I like to make everything my own. Mix this up, and that is the cake mix, instead of using like the oil and stuff. If you remember the beginning of summer, I made her coconut cake. Oh my gosh, that was the best cake I've had in years. This is a really nice cake mix. I'm just gonna dump it into a 9x13 dish. Mine is greased, but you do whatever the heck you want. You know what? I'm not a huge fan of cake batter, but salmonella, I dare you. That tastes delicious. It tastes like pudding. Okay, into the oven, 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. Okay, into a bowl while our cake is cooking, but almost done.
I'm really hungry.
You're really hungry? Oh my gosh, what do you want to eat?
Brownie.
Brownie? Once the cake comes out, we're gonna drizzle this on top of it and then let it cool in the fridge. So this is going to really moisten the cake up. If you've ever had tres leches cake, that this is, I mean, not similar. Or maybe like, excuse me, maybe like a poke cake or something.
Cake?
That is the topping. And then 8 ounces of the caramel sauce. And I have a 10-ounce jar that we used for an ice cream party, and I'm just gonna use the rest of that.
Good, all done? Now I can mix?
You can mix it. Little more, there we go. The cake just came out of the oven. What did I do with my toothpick? Here we go. You can use a skewer, you can use a fork. Ooh, did you see how that deflated? You just poke a bunch of holes in it. You can use anything you want. I just like little holes. This is proving to be messy and time consuming. So I think I'm gonna use a fork here. It's thundering outside. It's a movie night tonight. Okay, cool, good enough. And then just take the caramel and delicious drizzle. Ooh, hold up. Ooh, oh, hold on. Drizzle it over top. Oh my God, okay, just dump it over. And then this will just soak into the cake while it cools in the fridge. Okay, look how much soaked into it already. I'm gonna throw this in the fridge, let it cool, and then we'll top it with even more deliciousness. I am going to finish this cake over here. I have a couple of king-size Heath bars. They're milk chocolate English toffee bar. And I'm just going to, you know, cut them into pieces just so I can sprinkle them on top of the cake. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And here she is, the masterpiece. I mean, I get why a Heath bar was chosen because it ties into the caramel flavors and such. But I feel like Reese's would be a really great option. I'm just saying. Slather on, what is this, 8 ounces?
Ooh, I love that cake.
You do? I don't know, 1 container of this. It's not the big container, it's just the normal container. Just slather this on. Okay, doesn't really matter how it looks. And then just take the Heath bar choppings, sprinkle those on top. Oh, yep. Yep.
That's chocolate? Let me eat this chocolate.
Okay, there it is. Perfection. Actually, I don't know. I've never eaten it before, but Alex is gonna like it. I'll take a slice out of it. Actually, I think I'm gonna put it in the fridge for a little bit, and then I'll take a slice out of it just to let it firm up just that much longer. Alex just took all the big kids to the MOVEIS. So when he gets home, he'll
I want the cheese.
Okay, wow, are you stinking kidding me? Are you looking at this masterpiece? The cake is so dang moist because of all of that stuff that we put in it. I haven't taken a bite yet. I just can feel it. I can't wait to dig in. So, let me do that. I mean, will you just look at that? It's incredible. Gosh, I love sugar so dang much. I took a little bite and I have to tell you, I'm not even a huge fan of like Heath stuff, but this is it. It hits the spot, it's chocolatey, it's delicious. It has the texture, it has the creaminess. Man, it's good. But that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out. I hope you got some good dinner ideas. If you want to subscribe, put a little happy in your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.